The PBR is well known for its death-defying bull riders, lightning-fast bullfighters, and outstanding production. But the bulls are the real attraction. Each of these powerful creatures instills fear and exhilaration in bystanders as well as contestants with the simple opening of a gate. But who is the best of the best? This list will only be covering bulls who have bucked in at least one PBR event. This excludes any bulls who have retired before 1992 or have only bucked in PRCA rodeos. Number 10. Red Wolf. Red Wolf was one of the oldest bulls to buck in the PBR. This big red bull was massive, but that was never more true than when he was bucking. At 7 years old in 1995, Red Wolf proved himself as a hard ride and kept that same fire all the way until 2000 when he was retired at the age of 12. His career percentage was 58.97 in the Built Ford Tough series and was ridden 16 times in 39 attempts with an average of 45.54 points. While many bulls were being retired quite a few years before this bull, he just kept on bucking, proving he had longevity like no other bull before him. Number 9. Airtime. The newest arrival on this list is Airtime. While he only broke onto the PBR Built Ford Tough series in 2013, he quickly became a force to be reckoned with, tossing most riders before the 4-second mark, and all but one just before the 5-second mark. The only rider so far to qualify on this bull has been Renato Nuez, scoring 92.5 points in 2014. The factor that makes Airtime so hard to ride is not his size or his speed, like some of the other bulls on this list, but his intelligence. This is a bull who knows how to flip the script and change up his tactics, making him nearly impossible to predict. It is because of this talent that Airtime is currently leading the pack to this year's PBR Worlds Finals. Number 8. Bones. While Bones only competed for 4 years, with only 3 being in the Built Ford Tough series, he managed to snag 2 World Champion Bull titles. He took his first world title in 2008, just 1 year after his debut, and stole his second title from the crowd favorite Bushwhacker, just 2 years later in 2010. The following year, owner Tom Teague announced Bones' retirement. His career average score was 45.56 points, and just 4 years after his retirement, he was awarded the PBR Brand of Honor Award. The key to this bull's success was his ability to go vertical and throw a rider's weight so far forward that the bull's head seemed to disappear underneath him. Number 7. Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse was one of those bulls with raw talent and a drive to win. It was this drive that awarded him 40 outs in his entire career without a single cover. At the age of 7, 2015 was his year to beat the record set by Bushwhacker of 42 consecutive buck-offs, and was even awarded 47 points in Anaheim, California. His average bull score was 44.76 points. Unfortunately, Mickey Mouse was put down in August of 2015 after medical complications following a slight fracture to his low back that he received at the 1515 bucking battles in Billings, Montana earlier that year when the bull slipped. He had been treated and sent home to recover over the summer, but after his owner noticed irregularities in his behavior, it was then determined that Mickey Mouse had developed a lymphoma lesion within his lumbar vertebrae. Despite attempts to treat his condition, the bull did not improve, and his owner made the ultimate decision to euthanize him. Number 6. Asteroid. In 2011, 2013, and 2014, Asteroid challenged 3-time PBR World Champion bull Bushwhacker for the title, but was only awarded the World Champion bull title in 2012. This bull was known for having a hair trigger in the chutes and would explode out of the chutes with such an immense force at the crack of the gate. In fact, during 4 of his rides, the riders were awarded re-rides after Asteroid hipped himself coming out of the chutes. In 2015, he was retired after his owner decided he was slowing down and placed him in a breeding program back home in Arlington, Texas. Number 5. Blueberry Wine. Blueberry Wine may have never won a PBR World Championship, but he is dubbed by many as the best PBR bull that never won. During his 7-year career, he logged 93 outs, with only 9 qualifying rides, giving him a 90.91% buck-off rate. Blueberry wasn't an exceptionally scary bull, being a small bull at just about 1,100 pounds in weight. However, what he lacked in size he made up for in speed. While he bucked the same every time out, he packed so much speed that riders couldn't keep up with him. Number 4. Dillinger. Dillinger was a two-time PBR World Champion bull, winning the Bull of the Year in 2000 and 2001. He was also the second bull, just after Yellow Jacket, to earn the PBR Brand of Honor Award in 2012. Despite his massive size, Dillinger was well known for his speed and agility, bucking off 86% of his 51 career outs. During the 2001 Built Ford Tough World Finals, he bucked his most notable ride when two-time PBR champion Chris Shivers rode him for the all-time finals record of 96.5 points. Dillinger was forced into retirement after a leg injury sustained in Louisville, Kentucky the following year. He passed in 2004. Number 3. Yellow Jacket. Yellow Jacket, an 1,800-pound dark red brongus bull, made his debut in 1999 and attended the PBR World Finals that year. In 2001, he placed second just behind Dillinger. The following year, he won his first World Championship title and would continue to win 3 consecutive PBR World Championship bull titles from the years of 2002 to 2004, making him unmatched by any bull in PBR history, until Bushwhacker also reached 3 championships in 2014. By the end of his career, his buck-off rate was 83.53%, with the average buck-off time being about 2.6 seconds. Before his death, he was scheduled to be inducted into the PBR's Brand of Honor and was honored in the 2011 PBR Finals ceremony. Number 2. Bushwhacker. Bushwhacker is a 3-time PBR World Finals champion, scoring his titles in 2011, 2013, and 2014. He seemed to have been born more ornery than other bulls, as he tried to hook and run over his owner and handlers any chance he got at a young age. He was sent to a small town in Texas to get some much-needed training as a teenager and showed everyone just how much he wanted to buck. He currently holds the record for his 42 buck-off streak, which was ended in August of 2013 when J.B. Mooney finally covered him after 9 tries. Bushwhacker also gets his own pen no matter where he goes, since he will easily get into fights with other bulls. But Ken Cox, his handler, makes sure to get him out every day to play and buck in the arena. He was retired in 2014 at the age of 8 after winning his 3rd PBR World Finals Championship title. His owner wanted him to go out as the best bull he could be, instead of allowing him to lose his touch after too many years of bucking. However, Bushwhacker will not be alone in his retirement. His owner plans to have him turned out with 20 or more cows to keep him company and to make baby bushwhackers. Before we get on to the number 1 bull on this list, we're going to take a moment to see some honorable mentions.
Smackdown. Child earlier this evening, so that becomes sort of the yardstick of the rest of these bulls. Code Blue, and look at this, Gomes taking him around to the left for 5.2 seconds.
Brent Benson on Hammer, and Hammer is back. Brent Benson just found out why Hammer went unridden for so long.
We all know what this bull's capable of, and I think this guy has basically absolutely no chance. And he rides him even further than I thought he was, but a pretty solid trip for this bull.
Our Grasshoppers out 19 trips, buck 17 guys off. We've been second riding very much. Oh, I want to tell you what, boy.
And number 1, Bodacious. Of course, no top 10 bull list could be complete without Bodacious. This over 1,900-pound Charbury bull was one of the most feared bulls in both the PRCA and PBR circuits. He was a big, long, and powerful bull that would throw himself so high into the air you could see his belly from the top of the bucking chute. Once his front end landed, Bodacious would then throw his head back in preparation to launch into the air again. In doing this, he caused many bull riders to suffer major head injuries as the back of his head smashed into the rider's face. This bucking style scored him 127 buck-offs out of 135 rides, about 94%. Bodacious was ultimately retired in 1995 at the age of 7, unheard of for a bull of his caliber in their prime. His owner, Sammy Andrews, made this reluctant decision to retire his bull after 2 severe injuries to 2 different bull riders, the first occurring in the first round of the PBR World Finals when Bodacious headbutted one of the PBR founders, Tough Hedman, breaking every major bone in Hedman's face. He had to spend 6 hours having reconstructive surgery to repair the damage. 6 weeks later, at the 1995 National Finals Rodeo, Hedman pulled the bull again in the second round and bowed out after making a deal with his 6-year-old son to not ride Bodacious again. Just a few nights later, in round 9, Scott Redman, who was wearing a hockey face mask, attempted to survive a ride on the big yellow bull and failed. Bodacious again headbutted the rider and knocked him out, breaking his nose and bruising his eye socket. The next night, Bodacious was retired for the safety of other bull riders. The rest of his years were spent grazing in his paddocks and occasionally traveling to events for attendees to admire. In 1999, he was inducted into the Pro Rodeo Hall of Fame and dubbed the greatest bull to ever buck. He died the following year after a cut in his hoof caused a bone infection, and the medication he was given caused his kidneys to fail. He is now buried on Andrews Ranch with a bucking chute for a tombstone.
Who's gonna ride Bodacious?